Hello, hello, hello. This is your message from the universe for January 5th, 2021. This is the rune Othila. Now, Othila is the rune of separation, retreat, and inheritance. And the interesting thing about this is that we think about separation and retreat as bad things, but inheritance tends to be looked at a little more favorably. And yet, inheritance is really the almost like the personification of this rune, because when we inherit something, we often have lost something that we love, a person that we love. We've lost a space in our hearts, really, and inherited their worldly goods. That's what this reading is about. Again, we keep having these readings for the last several days, and I would say this is because it is a theme for 2021. The things that we want, the things that we feel pushed towards, our purpose is going to be much easier to cement into reality and to manifest in this new age, in the age of Aquarius, after the Great Conjunction, after the winter solstice, whatever you want to call it. So this particular reading, as many have been before, speaks about what we give up to get to where we want. Part of this speaks of shedding your old skin. So if we think of it in terms of shedding skin, like a snake, that snake has to shed its old skin for the new one to shine through, right? Because it doesn't fit him the same, because he's a different size, he's a different snake, he's slightly different, he's got different shapes on him, although snakes don't really have many different shapes on them. You get the point of what I'm saying. You have to shed your old skin so that the new can shine through, and yet you battle with yourself about it. And yet you battle with yourself about allowing that brightness to shine through, partially because you don't believe in yourself. You have self-limiting beliefs. You are holding on to an image of yourself that is steeped in fear of judgment, in fear of loss, and basically just in fear in general. You have these self-limiting beliefs that keep you from pursuing your creative purpose, your creative thoughts, the things that you want to do, even just pursuing your own awakening. Even if you have a job that you like or a business that you like, but you are on your spiritual path and it doesn't have anything to do with money, you don't even want to lean into that because of the fear of judgment, because it is so different, because you are scared of what people are going to think around you. It's a very difficult space to be in. Yesterday we had this Page of Wands upright about your creative ideas coming through. Today they've thrown it at us reversed, speaking about the limiting beliefs that we have about those ideas coming through, that blockage. That's the block, is when we question where we are going, what we are doing, why we are doing it. And yes, we have to question, but I mean question as in, maybe I shouldn't be doing this questioning, or why am I doing this questioning? Like, this is ridiculous. Why am I doing this? But we also have some cards on here that are saying this is the time. You've got to give yourself some tough love. This Emperor is like the tough father figure of the deck. And I don't mean gender father, but that energy, that fatherly energy of the one who kind of gives you that push when you need it and lifts you up, but also has to, say to you, whoa, that's not cool, or hey, why are you sitting on your ass, or whatever it is. It has that energy of that tough love that is going to kind of push you forward when you have fear. We also have this Ace of Cups, speaking about digging into your emotions, speaking about manifesting these relationships and love and collaborations and all of the creative juices that need to flow. It speaks about the collaboration between yourselves, all of the versions of yourself, because I'm sure if you stop and think about it, you could probably name 3 or 4 of your personalities, even if you're not like officially officially, like a multiple personality person. I don't know the right name for that condition, but we all have those sides of us, and this one is speaking about all those sides coming together for happiness. See that little sun? The sun is on the happiness, or the sun is happiness, on the tarot card. Then we have the King of Wands, about being a natural born leader, being a visionary, being the boss. Now, this does not mean that you are going to stand in front of a room full of people and be a speaker. It does not mean that you're going to stand in front of 100 employees. When I see this card, it's about being the boss of your life. You. Because the only person that can change all of the negative thoughts, all of the self-limiting beliefs, all of the things that we are scared of, the only person that can change that is you. These arguments that you have with yourself, these back and forths that you have in your head, this I don't know in your head, that's a conversation with you. So you know how you change that conversation? You change the conversation. You are the one speaking on both sides of it. So say something different. Stop repeating the same self-destructive thoughts over and over and over again. Stop asking the same self-destructive questions. How about the next time you ask a question like, why am I stuck? Why can't I move forward? Say, I right now am not moving forward the way I'd like to. Help me to understand what I need to learn as I move forward. Or even if you do in the positive, I am learning what I need to learn to move forward. Or I am gaining the skills I need to move into the next stage of my awakening, my growth, whatever you like to say it. Questioning over and over again doesn't actually, asking the same questions without answering a different answer doesn't actually help you learn anything. You have to change the questions until you get a different answer, until you actually start to have a back and forth. You can't just keep asking from a place of I'm blocked or I can't do this without actually injecting something new into the conversation. Otherwise, all you're doing is reinforcing your stuckedness or your lack of movement or the fact that you don't want to change or that you're scared to change. If you stay stuck in that same cycle, then you just continue to cement those thoughts. You have to disrupt the cycle, just like advertising, just like our lives. You have to disrupt the pattern to start moving forward. In fact, look for those patterns in your life. And when you recognize yourself doing them, stop and tell it to stop. Say in your head, hey, no, we're not going to think about that anymore. That is not productive. Instead, I'm going to focus on XYZ. Giving up something in our lives brings out this space of us where we feel like we have to have something that is ours, when it is really the releasing of that that allows us to receive, when we no longer hold on to what we have so tightly. And this plays itself out probably most recognizably in relationships. When you have someone who is extra clingy, or when you are extra clingy, if that other person is not codependent like you are, you holding on to them so tightly only pushes them further away. Giving up a part of where you are allows you to have new come in. It's an energetic flow of things going out and things coming in. If you hold on to everything, if you hoard your emotions and you hoard your pain and you hoard your abundance, then you don't allow the flow to bring you something new. It's all interwoven with a lot of different things, but the basic of it is be nice to yourself, support yourself, love yourself, be kind to yourself. And when you hear yourself being mean, or getting down on yourself, or spinning on the same circle, on the same roundabout cycle of questions and answers, throw something in the spokes of that bike and stop it in its tracks. Disrupt that pattern and think something completely different. Have a script ready for it. You are beloved. You matter, and you are so loved. I was going to say something else. I was going to talk about the fact that I do so many shows on this sort of topic. I know that most of you have followed me here from TikTok, and so you may not know that I do live shows, that I have spoken many about these topics, called Unleash Your Light, about overcoming emotional obstacles, about accessing the divine within us, about simple things that we can do, not woo-woo 5D concepts that are super difficult to embrace. And one of the things that I speak about on that is having a script ready for when these repeating thoughts come up, that you can counter these different points that you make about yourself and how terrible you are, or how stupid you are, or how ugly, whatever it is that you say to yourself. You have a script where you counter each one of those things. You have it ready so that you can redirect and reprogram those thoughts. And that one is actually, I believe, in the playlist here on this channel on YouTube, is how can I reprogram my thoughts? And it speaks about that process. It is simple stuff, and it seems like because it's simple, it wouldn't work. But from personal experience, it works. And you can combine it with whatever complicated, ritualized belief system, 5D, quantum, whatever belief system that you want. But literally just saying something different to yourself is the simplest and not easy, but simplest thing that you can do. And yet it has amazing response. It has amazing returns on just a very simple little thing. So check out the playlist about awakening here. And if you want some more information, reach out to me. And I will say it again. You are beloved, you matter, and you are so very loved.